Hi, my name is Rakesh Barania. I'm with Cisco Systems Tactical Operations. Tactical Operations is a specialty team within Cisco that responds to customer crises such as natural disasters or other man-made events. We can deploy emergency communications, and today we're actually on the NERV, the Network Emergency Response Vehicle. This is one of several emergency response vehicles that Cisco has across the United States that can respond to a customer's outage when we need to restore mission-critical communications for that customer. On board the NERV, we have a whole lot of different technologies. We have the ability to do voice, video, data, radio interoperability, video conferencing, and a whole host of technologies that we can deploy as an architecture to help a customer in a critical situation. Let's take a look at some of the technologies we have on board. The first thing that we have on the NERV is we are based on the satellite system. We actually have a 1.8 meter satellite dish on the roof, and what that means is that we are completely self-deployable. We can roll into an incident when there's nothing left on the ground. There's no cell phone network, there's no internet provider, and we can actually provide those communications to a customer. We establish secure VPN links to our backend resources. We then have the ability to have our Call Manager Express, so we can actually set up phone banks, voicemail for our customers, and then we can actually roll that out both for wired and wireless phones. For example, I got an example here of one of our wireless phones here. This is both a wired and a wireless video phone, and this allows people to have video conferences in the field in an emergency. We have a number of satellite control systems on the rig that allows us to control what satellite we're pointing to and to change the bandwidth depending on what the customer's requirements are in the middle of the mission. We have a number of video systems on board the truck. We have the ability to actually take video using a digital media encoder and actually stream that video. So for example, if we got on scene and we needed to stream the Weather Channel or television news from our DirecTV systems, we can actually stream that as a Windows Media Player content. We have also Cisco Video Surveillance on board, which allows us to take all of our analog and our IP cameras on board the vehicle and actually share that to an emergency operations center or a field command post or at some other location where someone might need to see that video. We have a number of security solutions on board the vehicle, both the VPN that I talked about, as well as the ability to do intrusion detection, intrusion prevention, and monitoring of the network activity. So when we show up, we're not just providing a network, we're providing a secure network to our customers. We have a whole host of radios on board the vehicle. We have UHF and VHF and 800 megahertz radios as well as amateur radio, and we tie all these systems together and can provide radio interoperability using Cisco iPICs. Now we actually have the new Cisco iPICs 4.0 on board, and that gives us a tremendous capability to take radio systems that are traditionally incompatible with one another, take them into voice over IP, and then allow people to communicate regardless of what radio system they're using, what band they're using, whether they're using an IP phone, whether they're using a PC or any number of other devices. So that's the engineering section of the vehicle. Now in the back of the vehicle we actually have the command section. This is where your leadership would be, your decision makers, your police chiefs, your fire chiefs, and the whole point of the NERV is to provide those decision makers with the best information possible so they can make the smartest, fastest decisions possible. Alright, so now we're in the command section of the NERV. Again, this is primarily a conference center where decision makers can come in and actually make those important decisions they need to make to manage a crisis. We have a number of different technologies on board the truck here that allow decision makers to make those decisions and collaborate with people who may not even be here at the incident. For example, we actually have Cisco telepresence on board as well as Tandberg video conferencing. What this means is you can have decision makers sitting here around the table and then bringing in people in real time over satellite to collaborate with the folks here on the ground. We have the ability to do fax over IP. We have a number of different wired phones as well as a cache of wireless IP phones. So that means that you don't have to physically be on the truck to use the services of the truck. You can be on our wireless mesh network, which extends for hundreds of meters around the vehicle. And as long as you're within our wireless cloud, you have access to all the resources of the vehicle. So this is a really important tool for enterprise disaster mitigation, first responders, continuity of government, and any of those type of customers who have an acute crisis where they need communications right now. So that basically concludes the tour of the NERV. Thanks for watching.